G'day Mason Hope, and welcome to this interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now Mason, you're from Queensland, whereabouts?
So I'm from the Sunshine Coast, so if you don't know where that is, above Brisbane.
Above Brisbane?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll have a look at the road map.
And up that way from where we are now.
And we are in Tamworth.
Yes, indeed.
When was your first interest in music, and who were your early inspirations?
So my first interest in music was, I think I was about 5 or 6 at the time, so I really got into just tapping stuff around the house. I used to tap everything. So my grandmother, who I'm thankful to have, she was like, let's put you into drums. So I started doing drums, and I've done drums for about 15 years now. Some of the people that really influenced me, well, Presley, I grew up on Elvis Presley, James Taylor, Sixto Rodriguez, and a little bit more unconventional from country, Dave Grohl, because everyone knows Dave Grohl came from a drummer to a singer. I came from a drummer to a singer, you know, I followed kind of in that footsteps. So yeah, those are some of them, yeah.
Cool. Can you recall your first public performance, and how did you feel about it?
My first public performance, so my first public performance was at Headspace Maroochydore, which is my local Headspace, and has a early prevention mental health unit that work with kids going through trauma, in a very simple term. I was doing an opening for the centre, and I emceed the centre, and then I played at the centre, and I was nervous. You always got to have nerves at least once. Through year 11 and 12 I did a Certificate 4 in Advanced Musicology, and then after I graduated last year I went to TAFE and did a sound engineering course. And this year I'm going to do a diploma at TAFE again, a performance course, which will be amazing. It'll be good. It's got some really, really prestigious musicians teaching there, so that'll be really, really fun. I've always just liked to delve into that really kind of theory side, as well as performance kind of stuff, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Can you tell us your run through 2016?
So 2016 started with one that not many people know, but I did go to and win, was the Voice of Urban, 2016. So that was Caboolture. Voice of Urban is a little festival that's now officially stopped, that represents, celebrates Keith Urban, so as the Voice of Urban.
Yes.
Very, very funny. But I won that at the start of the year 2016, and then a judge from that, Rob Mackay, said, why don't you go and try for Gympie Master? And then I kind of thought about it for a little while, and then it dropped off, and then eventually my grandmother said the same thing, why don't we just go for, and it was just very, you know, they're very in tune. And we went for Gympie Master about midway through the year, just to experience it, not to win, not to do anything. I just love to play in front of people. So going to this competition for me was more of just being able to get on that stage and just perform and have fun. But I was really fortunate enough, and it was such an honour to win the 2016 Gympie Master Talent Search, which Rob Mackay was also another judge of. So then me and him have been in contact, and we just finished recording my album.
Yep. That's
getting released here in Tamworth
tomorrow.
Monday. It'll be good, just after the awesome Reg Lindsay Memorial Show, which will be real good.
At the Country Music Festival here in Tamworth, which we are here today. It certainly was a pleasure to have you on the Remembering Reg Lindsay show. And as a young artist, have you ever heard of Reg?
Before the Reg Lindsay show, before Ross got in contact, and before I had met you, and I'd never heard of Reg Lindsay before. And when I was given the opportunity to play this memorial show, it gave me a chance to research who the man was, and you know, how great he was. I mean, he's written over hundreds and hundreds of songs that nobody knows about, but everyone knows them, you know? Be like, oh, I love that song. And then it's like, that's a Reg Lindsay song. So it's like, wow. He's him and Slim Dusty, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion, I'd put Reg at a little bit higher of a level than Slim was, because he was a man who he was under the limelight. He wasn't like Slim was very, you know, he was the country man, and Reg was the underground. No one knew about him, but everyone knew his songs, and everyone wept at the sad ones and cheered for the happy ones, kind of kind of songs. He was an amazing songwriter.
I must admit, when Rosalind Lindsay mentioned your name, I wasn't completely sold. Now, the moment you actually started that song, Blue Moon of Kentucky...
Oh, Blue Moon.
Yeah, Blue Moon. Before you even finished that particular song, I ran over to Rosalind and I said, you've got to have him back next year. And here you are.
It's an honour to be back this year to support Rosalind and to support, you know, the memory of Reg once again. Yeah, definitely.
So, so thanks to Ross McGregor, who initially got you onto the show.
Yeah.
I got to meet another special person.
Oh, no.
Your nan.
Nice.
What a wonderful person. Now, now you must have thanked your grandmother many a times.
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I am without Nan.
Yeah.
Like, she's done a lot for me in what I do today. I wouldn't be doing anything in music, to be honest. I never knew what I was going to do when I was a kid. She just pushed me into this, and it just worked so naturally. It was something that I wanted to do, I just didn't know how to. That kind of thing. She knew how.
I believe you've been a support act for various artists.
Yeah.
Can you name drop a few of them?
Dropping some names, am I? Yeah, so Drew McAllister, Travis Collins, Liam Brew, those kind of people. Russell Morris, which was an amazing gig. I got to play for him twice. That was cool. Russell is, he brought me backstage, handed me a Corona, and we just talked. He's cool. He's really, really nice.
By this time, you were 18.
I was 18 by this time. The first time I was 17, he did not give me any...
He's legal.
Yeah, I'm legal now.
Apart from Tamworth, you also performed at various other festivals, like the Byron Bays Blues Festival,
Yeah.
and Gympie. Any other festivals?
Caloundry Music
Norfolk.
Festival, Norfolk Island Country Music Festival. I think those are any of the others besides obviously Gympie, the amazing Tamworth. Yeah.
Now, you just mentioned the Norfolk,
Yeah.
and the highlight of 2017 was when you represented Australia
Yeah.
at the Trans-Tasman Entertainment. Tell us about that.
So Trans-Tasman Entertainer of the Year was a little celebration / competition that happened on Norfolk just to celebrate country music in both Australia and New Zealand. And 3 representatives from Australia and New Zealand went in and just performed. And in this competition, I was fortunate enough and I'm honoured to say that I won the Trans-Tasman Entertainer of the Year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I go back this year in May to perform again. Travis Collins is going this year as well, he's playing, and a lot of amazing other acts are playing as well. And if you can get a chance to go down to Norfolk, you got to do it. It's amazing. Amazing.
Casting your mind back, Mason, when did you start writing songs, and what was your first song?
I started writing songs when I think I was about 11 or 12 when I first started writing songs. My first song I remember was a song called Liar's Game, but at first it was just called Liars, and then it was called something else and something else. It started off as just this very funkadelic riff type thing, not even sure what the song is anymore. But it was about a Facebook post between 2 people arguing because they had just broken up. And he had posted a photo and she went on to the post and started typing, and there was this long list. So I just wrote about that because I thought it was quite funny.
Well, I mean, being a songwriter, you write about anything.
Yeah, what you see, what you experience, what you do.
Exactly. Now, I know you have a new album out this year, which will be released tomorrow
Yeah.
on the Reg Lindsay tribute show.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that particular album? And firstly, how many recordings have you released? And then talk about this particular album.
So I've released in the past 1 single and a 4-track EP, and now the current album. So the 4-track EP, I think it's now sold out. I don't think you can get it anymore. I don't think I have any CDs left of that one. And the single, I only had about 10 at the time, because there was I think I was 13 when that single came out, so that was a while ago.
Wow.
But the EP is entitled Fire and Ice, which is one of the main tracks on the EP. It's a 9 to 10 track album that'll be released tomorrow at Moonshiners, which will be awesome. Moonshiners is such a great venue. Such an amazing venue. It is Moonshiners, hey?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I hope so.
I hope so. After Gympie Muster in 2016, a man named Rob Mackay, who has a recording studio in Harvey Bay, titled Pacific International Studio, I had the pleasure of recording with him, and he became the producer for the album. We worked for about a year on this album, and it's finally come out. Technically, it came out like half a year ago when it finished, but we're bringing it out now.
Cool.
In Tamworth in the storm, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Close to bringing it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, apart from music, and you touched on it a little while ago, apart from music, you are a national ambassador for Headspace.
Yeah.
For those who might not know about Headspace, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that don't know what Headspace is.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about Headspace and how you become involved?
Yeah, so Headspace, as I said before, is a early prevention mental health unit, centre, function, whatever you would like to call it specifically, but we concentrate on early prevention of stress, trauma, anxiety, all the symptoms of bullying, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of amazing foundations and stuff that work and deal with bullying in itself, but what we like to do at Headspace is to hit it on the nail before it is the nail. So get it done before it ever happens. Early prevention is probably one of the most needed things currently in cyberbullying and bullying and mental health, in any type of mental health ever. Early prevention is very, very important, because if you can stop it before it happens, then it never happens. And that's what Headspace strives and aims for. So I got involved with Headspace when I first started music about 6 to 7 years ago now. I became a member of my local Headspace, not as that I was going for clinical purposes, but I joined the Youth Engagement Committee. And what we did is we just ran stalls at different events and talked to young people as just a person, not as a guidance counsellor or a clinical person that you could go to at Headspace, but just a friend that would be able to just talk to you and chill out. And I was with them for such a long time. I got offered to register or enrol kind of for the High Energy, which is the Headspace Youth National Reference Group, which is a very larger scale version of the Youth Engagement Committee, which is we work with all of Australia, and we invent and come up with programs and different events, programs and stuff that we could do for Australia as a community, because Headspace is Australia wide. There'll be a local or regional Headspace in most major cities and some other also towns. I think there is a few hundred Headspaces all over Australia.
Oh, okay.
And it's just been, for someone who went through that kind of stuff as a kid, through bullying and through both mental and physical, I found that being able to help someone else really helped myself. And Headspace was the way that I was able to get through a lot of the stuff that I was going through as a kid. So any way that I can give back to those guys, I will. I currently run a free music lesson program at my local Headspace, where kids that go through Headspace can come in. There's about, I think now, 30 pledged teachers from the Sunshine Coast, artists and musicians from the Sunshine Coast, who will give up about half an hour to an hour of their time to teach a kid guitar or piano or bass or singing.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's been good.
And Mason, it is a big issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, worldwide, not only Australia, but worldwide, about bullying and all that.
Yeah, it's a very, very big issue. But I believe if we all work together, as corny as it sounds, it will get better if we all come together.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely. There's many great songs that are based over coming together.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, Mason, I know 2018 is going to be a huge year for you.
I hope so.
Congratulations on your success through last year.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And all the very best for this year.
Yeah, pleasure.
And would you like to take us out with a song?
Sure. This song's one of the very first songs that I'd written when I was about 14 to 15 years old. And it's about an experience of mine with loss of a person. And portray it how you will. And I hope you enjoy it. was lost and I couldn't be found. Do you suffer the same ways and yesterday morning I said goodbye. Oh, why did you leave? I'm all alone. Come back to me. You are my home. You are my home. Yesterday evening I was strong. Yesterday evening I sat down and I wrote this song. And I wonder where you are. And yesterday evening, did we go too far? Oh, why did you leave? Now I'm all alone. Come back to me, and you are my home. You are my home. You are my home. You are my home.